Vamos lá, Brasil! 3-0, 3-1 pra gente passar, hein? Morreu.
Yeah, it's so easy to rotate here if you're Brazil too. Looks like Hydron's going to try and go for a flank, but before he can actually get on this off angle, Pasnella and Ludwig die to Lich's
Boa!
Good trade from Hydron though, eliminates both DPS, and again, I mean, this is where the experience really comes into play. I think Hydron in this lobby wouldn't be too hard pressed to say the most experienced and probably the best player
Boa!
at the current moment in time.
Yeah, 100%. And if you are able to just tell your team, like, I want to move to this position, try to get these frags, and it's going to be...
Eu acho que o Mocha é main Mizuki. Não tem muito... Miado, miado, miado! Ah, coroa. Matou. Nó!
Sliding away back to get some heals, but they've not given this one up of Colombia. I mean, they are still fighting this. Couple of like pixels away from actually capping.
Gente, mata alguém! Atrás.
They gotta get an opening kill. Might be onto Lich, but Lich had the thrusters, gets back up onto the high ground. Dalka eventually goes down. Point is regressing in control percent as well as Brazil just flop over Colombia that entire time, holding the point up to 50%.
Não sei se eu gosto dessa meia aí, hein? Ah, Mocha, porra.
Stagger spawn, just going to buy even more time for Colombia as they're eyeing the last fight here, and they have a lot of ultimates their way if they want to take a fight early even, or even try to force some ultimates out of Brazil as they try to walk up towards the point.
Em teoria, nosso melhor mapa, né?
Yeah, Lich is going to be, well, need to be hunted here from Brazil. Okay, makes a fairly decent shot there. Hydron does end up getting healed up, but happy to take the 1v1. A quick teleport is not enough for change. Sound barrier only hits 2 there on Colombia's side. The Lucio and the Ramatra, who is already in the Nemesis form, and then pop the Annihilation. Hydron with yet another kill. Should be
Boa, Dalka.
Very aggressive.
Agora tem que segurar, tem recurso? Tem.
Yeah, I don't...
Vai ser uma briga de quem gasta ult melhor aqui. Tomar cuidado pra não tomar um pique, né, Mocha?
Should be able to buy yourself enough time. I think Protestant wants that one back. Still though, 99% for Colombia, so not the biggest deal breaker in the world here. You can drain some ultimates out of Brazil here. Just give yourself, look for one advantage.
Ai, pegou.
Barrage, almost close to
Cuidado!
Ludwig there, but it will be a rush from Pasnella.
This is very winnable.
I'm sure they're going to be able to catch anybody, but this is, yeah, super winnable for Colombia though.
Vocês ouviram, né? Costa, 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 Costa. Não. Deu ruim.
The Ramatra putting himself in the sanctuary. There's not too much you can do about that apart from like hopefully focus down the ramp.
Eu acho, ó, eu posso estar enganado. Mas eu acho que o Ludwig deu uma sobrada aí com essa meio, não deu não? Não, mas naquele jogo de Symmetra ele trollou, Josh. Ele jogou bem, mas ele podia ter trocado. Ele é o cara que tá sem lag, né, cara? Mas o Ludwig tá complicado. Ah, derrubou. Ah, não derrubou não? Quem que era aquele que tava caindo e voltou? Foi a Kiriko? Porra! Era Mei? Nossa, eu jurava que tinha caído pra fora do mapa. Ah, agora tem gelo ali, né? Tá. Boa! Olha ele brilhando aí.
that's kind of what happens, right? Because you have two damage players that have to
É,
spread
no
out.
primeiro ponto o Ludwig deu uma sobradinha, mas vamos ver se ele recupera nesse.
Left by his own some with the support players, and when you're facing a Sigma, there's a
O Hydron tá conseguindo dar
pressure like a chain from
umas boas nessa fara aí, né?
too much pressure onto Super Gomez. So it really is on the damage players here of Colombia to try and find something going.
Uma fara indo lá por cima. Será que alguém tá ouvindo? Avisa lá. Ah, o Mocha já caiu, cara.
Super Gomez kills the Mizuki. And then look at this. Yeah, just close quarters like this, there's just no way. As definitive as the Brazilian fights a couple of moments ago. I mean, that was very fast. Oh, you got a dying point there if you're Basanella, but it's all good. She ends up going down anyway. Changes here for Hydron.
Complicado.
Okay, so we'll play a bit more close-knitted to the rest of his team.
Ele trocou pro Cassidy.
Additional support and look for
Ele tava bem de Symmetra.
I think Colombia are going to be
O problema é a fara.
the angles they're able to take against this composition now.
Não sei se era uma boa ter trocado não, ele tava bem bom de Symmetra. Oh, de Soldier, tô ficando maluco já.
Here comes the rotation. However, this rush is going to be tough to deal with. Super Gomez has that extra life though. This annihilation on the point is going to be so tough to actually fight back from. But oh my damage. Barrage from Lich though is going to settle the score on 3 people in fact. Hydron eventually finds the kill on the Farah, something that you're expecting the Cassidy to do. A messy fight here for Brazil, but with Hydron's damage, they should be able to get the cap, and they do.
Perdemos.
It's a 2v1 now with just Hydron.
Tá faltando muito, gente.
Kratos comes in. The little snipe kill. It's just
Deu ruim, hein?
no healing at all as Colombia reflip.
I mean,
Queria ser o pessimista não, mas
amazing display of skill from
tá
Colombia.
complicado.
Lich obviously getting 3 there with the barrage in the final rocket, but Temp as well. Getting the frag on the Sigma, I think that's way harder than it looked as well, because you need to hit all those real
Tem que
assaults, and
tirar essa fara do jogo, pô.
you have no room for error.
Pô, pelo menos a gente tem mais recurso, né? Só tem a ult do Lúcio. Ah, não, tem a da Kiriko também.
Yeah, this flux from Dalka can be real scary. But Kratos waiting for this one. Look, playing all the way to the back here, waiting for the flux to come out first. They're going to try and force the issue though. Sound barrier only hits 2 there for Colombia.
Boa!
And Lich ends up going-
Boa!
Oh, these sound barriers-
Tá vendo? Melhor que jogar de Symmetra, pô.
The value-
Muito melhor.
Yeah, and it's tough, especially you facing a blizzard and a gravitic flux.
Ó, controlamos bem recurso.
Kind of have to
Metade da Basanella ali, Dalka full, Ludwig full.
as possible, because
Lá eles só tem a Kiriko
have these ultimates
e metade de 2.
see also pushing up,
Usar bem o recurso aí é nosso.
just trying to
Não pode tomar pique.
Farah and the soldier just disincentivize from taking these wide angles now. Colombia
Sinto mine.
Brazil.
Nice flux. That was a really early Suzu as well.
Linda!
Can change. You heard it go out.
Linda, meu pai!
Tem jumps off the map. They're looking
A
for
fara, a fara.
skulking around on the side. Oh no, Lich has to go for the touch. Yep, there's the kill from Ludwig. A nice little ice cool will do it. Lucio coming in for a Kratos stun, but they've already used that wall to
Wah,
block
wah,
it.
wah.
That is round. Brazil now tying up.
And I think that's better. Just making it difficult for Colombia to get
Não
the
fala de
flag
tomar
in the
pique,
first
né? Que o Mocha
place.
fica...
Brazil
Opa, é meu, é meu, é meu.
uh,
Ah, o Dalka jogou muito ali, tá?
get a little bit
E ele pegou no time da Kiriko, pô. A Kiriko tinha acabado de usar o teleporte e tinha acabado de gastar o Suzuka. Cara, eu não sei, esse Mizuki não... tá me incomodando, eu não sei porquê, cara. Eu não deveria, mas... E eu gosto do Mizuki. Ó, baixadinho, baixadinho.
They're gonna 3-2-1 speed as they. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they're gonna.
Errou!
I think they were waiting for Brazil to walk up a little bit more, but Brazil were almost hesitant to do so. Like, okay, why is no one
is someone
in
here?
mid? Yeah, it's like, okay, they take another route or what?
Eles acharam que o Brasil ia sair correndo pra cima.
unfortunately missed it.
Mizuki é o novo Lúcio? Não, o Lúcio é Lúcio, pô.
And that's a lot of damage.
Ai, toma o Mocha.
Control Temp. Early pick onto Mocha with the disruptor shot of all things.
Just on and off angle. Can't play like that if you're the Mizuki, to be fair, but yeah, not quite what they were answering for. Oh, Hydra. Okay. Yeah, like I mentioned before, Hydra definitely the most experienced in this lobby. Kind of showcasing that now. Double kill for the Soj. Unfortunately, there's very little front line for them to play around. Even though they have the point. We'll see if Super Gomez can lock this one down. It should be very hard for Hydron to find a pick here. They're not going to peek him.
He's trying though, and he's getting a lot of the support from the Kiriko on his team to try to win these duels. like this one, and now he has the superior angle over this Colombia team.
Yeah, even looking at the main in the back line there. They're very early overclock. They're probably not expecting this this early. There's just no way. He's just farmed so much. Forced the TP, gets a body shot onto the Lucio, but 10
Emocionou.
Hydron getting chunked out way too much. That overextension, the over peak on the wide angle ends up costing him his life. But Temp finds a double, make that a triple. 3 railgun headshots back to back to back. They even try and stall out Dalka here. Actually a high level play from Colombia. That's real nice. Even a few extra seconds there is just crucial on control. I like that a lot.
Yeah, a really good job by Kronosan there, combining with Temp on that off angle to fight Hydron back and then regaining that high ground. Really job well done there, and allows Colombia to fight.
Nossa, eu devo estar muito cego, mas eu não sei, tá faltando alguma coisa ali, cara. Bom, gastou à toa. Vamos, Brasil.
Another swing up onto the high ground, but this time Colombia can fight this one with a rush. Speaking of which, Brazil are also going to use theirs. Sanctuary and Sound Barrier still available for each team, so
os dois têm ult.
Colombia throw this one out. Looks like it's going to be a way better beat this time around for Kratos Sun. Ends up hitting
Linda.
But unfortunately that Blizzard
segura.
Super Gomez. Really nice.
Não precisa gastar mais.
Fighting on the point like that. They had to do something here as Colombia are up to 90%.
Boa.
Yeah, Colombia investing quite a bit of ultimates there. And obviously, you're at a 4 versus 5 disadvantage. I think you can argue back and forth about are you investing the sound barrier there, but what is for certain is you're 4 versus 5. You need to make a play. You need to even out the number of members on either team immediately because you can't fight prolonged 4 versus 5. Colombia not able to make it work there, but it's another round where they racked up the majority of the percentage here, so they have a lot of time to find a
toma não!
Finish off this map.
Pretty early wall usage by Ludwig just to try and survive against Temp, who's been quite the sharpshooter, honestly, on the Sojo, and even compared to someone like Hydra. Looks really good. Oh, there's this Sanctuary coming out.
Linda!
Frozen up, unable to use ult, by the way. Like, straight up frozen by Ludwig, so can't even pop Q. That's a quick chase to spawn as Brazil want to make this one hurt. Looks like they're not going to overchase, though. They've got that giant building to navigate, so they don't want to be shooting at people that are invincible inside spawn room.
Yeah, I very much think that Super Gomez would have actually popped that Annihilation should they not have been frozen, but it's Colombia back here. Pretty even ultimate economy here. Colombia now fighting for high ground with this Blizzard coming up.
Oh, the Annihilation is going to get popped, and Brazil an instant disengage. Look, the Annihilation's it's already gone, Johnny. I mean, he was tickling absolutely nobody. Got negative value, unfortunately, apart from that high ground. Here's Hydron, though, with a overclock, a better Annihilation, but again, Dalka is instantly frozen. These not having a good time against the May. Luckily, Super Gomez gets saved by 10. A good shot onto Ludwig as Colombia do cap the point. They're in 99, and with that tank for Brazil, only coming back on the Doom now, it's going to be a hard 4R to try and win this fight.
Wasanala got the Kitsune rush, but she died.
No, yeah, it's all over. Brazil going to falter at the final hurdle here as Colombia are going to claim this first map. A little 2-1 affair on Antarctica Peninsula.
Wow. You kind of just have to trust that the enemy soldier is going to miss. Like, you just have to go for it and believe they'll miss. And if they don't, well, you're dead.
Well, that's exactly what has just happened. So, yeah, Hydron did not miss, and Temp did. So, you know what? Brazil win that fight. There you go. They checked out.
Eu acho que eu precisava dar ban não, mas tudo bem.
Kind of up their element, right? Like what we just saw on Antarctic Peninsula, where Hydron is so happy to play fast and look for these angles and make individual plays. Like this
Ai, caralho.
Brazil's kind of preferred style of play.
What a rush. It's going to be tough here for Colombia to even move through this choke. Well, I mean, one good stomp ideally here from Dalka, although taking a fair bit of damage initially, so Dalka's actually playing a more defensive position. There's the rush though. Double rush, unfortunately. Estalzo just insta-kills Kratos on the Lucio. Double cage. Wow, we really are back to Malga better. Double rush into the double cage. And then the Sojans hitting the overclock and then just farming.
Pior que ele joga pra caralho, né?
Look at that Hydron picking up a
Olha.
double at the very end. And that is the first point over Brazil. No, that's 100-0 too. That's not even close.
I almost need more caffeine just to be able to tell you what happened in that fight. Because there was a lot of ultimates that dropped in that fight.
Teve algum país que ficou 0-9? Eu acho que teve na Ásia. Deixa eu ver. Na Ásia eu acho que teve. A Índia. A Índia foi, eu acho que o único que ficou. É. A Índia perdeu todos os jogos.
Did Coruscant get booped off to like the point or something? There must have been a boop involved there. Because that was also a very long beat. I was watching Coruscant UT Ultimate and I was like, why is there no overhealth? So I think they were on the high ground and like dropped down. It just felt like a prolonged channel of the beat. There must have been a boop there involved.
Agora a Colômbia não tá nem mais aí, né? Só vai jogar pra treinar.
Brazil's gonna come up with this Kitsune rush once more here, so in control of the point. This has been all Brazil here on New Dunk City.
Yeah, this is not even close.
Triste.
Not the same Colombia we
Poxa.
saw a minute ago. Remember, they only need 2 maps to
Queria ver o Brasil na Ásia.
in the group, so they need to come up with something special in this fight with just this Death Blossom. Well, cage up in 10, I suppose.
Cage up in 10 indeed. That's going to be good. Of course, this objective.
Ó, o Mocha não tá de Mizuki.
This rush though.
Agora que eu vi.
There's the cage, there's the...
Mas foi o primeiro a morrer.
Inside cage. Yeah, that's a nice combo. But the problem is you brought lost Super Gomez. And
Nossa.
now Hydron has an overclock. So Hydron could just take over the game, just like this. Hydron with 4 kills for the OC. He's going to make it a 5th too. Oh, you got to give it to him, surely. 5 kills for Hydron. That is an insane feat for Brazil. Clutching up that fight.
Ah, eu não tinha visto o ban, verdade.
I mean, you can't
Eu não
ask
tinha
for
visto o ban.
more from the Hydron from there, right? 2-0, 200 to 0 as well. Like, this is Brazil's map through and through.
That's what you get if you invest resources into your damage player. Hydron is definitely calling in the corner in New York City. They got a cage fight, and they're coming up on a Death Blossom as well. They're looking very confident playing this more aggressive style compared to the slower approach we saw on the Península.
And Brazil have cage. They have cage, they have Death Blossom. They're in like such an insane spot to just win this fight if they don't win it in the neutral.
É verdade, né?
Gomez dead. There's the cage on the Reaper.
Baniram o Mizuki e a gente tá ganhando.
Yeah, the Kitsune was thrown out here from changed as well. Can we get anything going? Oh, the Soundbarrier from Mocha in like a 4 versus 3. Okay. I mean, you might
Não é
have
mentira.
secured the fight, but I can't complain. Jones, they're off 2-0.
Então tá bom, meu amor.
Yeah, I suppose.
É porque hoje eu tô meio lesado, gente.
They're gonna have to face against me. But if they boot Kratos again, because Kratos beat last time was not good.
Yeah.
Pretty.
We haven't seen any AJs today. Won't be the first one.
O Brasil tem que banir o Mizuki.
Man, you really
Sim.
just did him like that. That's crazy. Well, lucky he's got it in about 10% or so. Oh, that Death Boss was mad.
Olha ele aí.
Look at Ludwig go.
Ih, foi.
Gets taken out by Temp in the end. A good slide away, a good headshot will take him down. And Dalka tried to mess with the best. Temp ended up putting him in the dirt. Basanella's still alive. 2 players from Colombia now trying to make it to point, trying to get the flip going in.
Yeah, what a back and forth. Hemp and Lich doing a lot of work there for Colombia to get that one back after a decisive push from Brazil. So it'll be Colombia here in map control. They have a lot of ultimates here to go. So if they can win this one relatively cheap.
Ah, eu não tinha visto essa parte não, Zyko. Então tá bom.
Well, there's the overclock from Hydron. Temp's going to do one better, maybe. Good shot to Basanella, but it's Lich that shuts down Hydron. Temp takes the high ground, rips the head off of Ludwig. Wow, the Sojourn highlight reel for this game. So that's what the highlights are for
Caraca.
this map. It's just going to be all Sojourns.
I mean, that's what you get in these Malga mirrors as well. It really is a flash.
Foi 3-0? Não, tá 1-0 pra Colômbia.
The Sojourns being able to build these rails on the Malgas as well.
Taking a cage early. Stomp. Dalka looks for another. I'm going to hit Super Gomez. Just winning this 1v1 fight against this enemy Malga. And now they have Lich in this cage too. It has Death Blossom. Dalka dead already. Colombia with some proactivity in their
Rapaz, deu muito bom ali.
They end up capping that last point. And they get an easy push onto this next one too. They're going to be here first.
2-1.
30 seconds to go though, so Brazil should
A chance de fechar agora.
This Kitsune Rush should give
Por favor, o Brasil ganha. Mesmo que não vá, né? Ganha pelo menos uma.
a Death Blossom in the mix. You can't count it out. In fights like this, an overrun would put a stop to it. But maybe you're able to get just enough gold.
Ano que vem, se tiver BlizzCon, tem Copa do Mundo de novo. pelo padrão que eles seguem,
someone to peek their head out.
tem Copa do Mundo sempre que tem BlizzCon.
They're firing it off, but Brazil are playing on their own rush, so a tough situation for Colombia to be in. Very late rush for
Boa. Nossa, não deixou eles nem pegarem, né?
You're kind of trapped in that
bom.
animation as well when you hit the rush, so you're not able to send out healing. So Super Gomez, even if it's for like half a second, is left on a little island.
Yeah, like you said, it was like a little bit too late as well because you lost all that positioning. You have to invest a rush, and even the rush is not a guarantee that you're able to fight to get that space back on towards the point.
O Brasil tá eliminado?
So Colombia just found themselves trapped after a nice engage from Brazil. We're now 50% away from taking a map and equalizing the series.
Yeah. Again, playing a little bit upset to Colombia too. TP onto the point, both overclocked. They're available soon. Hydron's got his very close. The 10 is gonna pull the trigger.
Olha o Lúcio. Olha o Lúcio. Olha a diferença que o Lúcio faz, pô. Você é maluco. Olha essa ult, cara. Vai falar que Mizuki faz um negócio desse? Não faz, pô. Mizuki não faz isso nunca, pô. Isso é loucura.
Super Gomez kills Hydron, sure, but yeah, no touch. Brazil with a map on the board.
Tipo, quase ninguém tá usando Mizuki. É um mapa ou outro que ele aparece. O cara forçando o Mizuki todo o mapa é complicado, pô. Olha a ult do Lúcio, o que que fez ali no final, pô. Pô, imagina se a gente tivesse ganho Península. 2-0 agora. Jetpack. Baniram a meio do Ludwig.
We just about what? It's 2024 or what? What's going on? What's happening there? We rolled back the clock. What's going on? Is it just Malga, Reaper, Sojin?
Okay, all right. Well, so much for theorizing, but
Mesmo time.
Listen, I do love seeing Sojin highlights. So, and there is no one on this earth. Chat, you can back me up on this. There is no one on earth that doesn't like watching Sojin highlights. Come on now.
that's true.
Speaking of which. Yeah, it seriously is. It is the most fun to watch, in my opinion. Temp with a really early kill onto Hydron. And I think this map and this series might just come down to the Temp Hydron 1v1. The Sojin duel.
Yeah, 100%. They have so much impact on these heroes.
Passou. Passou. Meu Deus, meu ring light está com muito problema, coitado.
Hydron goes down. He wasn't even like really a railgun shot either. Just kind of like went down to like fire damage or something like that. Temp goes down as well. What is happening, Jaws? What is happening?
Well, the Sojin's the problem, so we run at Sojin and insta-kill. Thank you very much. Alright, Ludwig. Time to shine. Hope the enemy Sojin misses. Unfortunately, Kratos does not. It's the Lucios and then the supports. It was nothing to do with Sojins that entire
Olha aí, ó. Fala deles.
They just got picked on. They got bullied.
Okay, so Brazil bringing things back here. I'm curious to see down the line here on this map how Colombia is kind of adapting to what we saw in New York City because they're opting into this matchup.
Não, Samuel. Nossa, mas é o primeiro mapa que deu mirror match.
When these teams went head-to-head on this kind of composition, so it's really on a player like Temp to step up big time and put Hydron off that pedestal. Ultimates being built for either team here. Brazil is going to be slightly closer to the rush.
Oh, there we go again. I'm telling you, man. Now, both teams are like, nope, not today. We will not die to a Death Boss Minute Cage from Lich. Okay, well, you don't need the Sojin if Lich is just going to do that. Temp dies first up, Lich gets a triple, and Dalka does not want anything to do with this fight any longer. Lich, what a beast.
I mean, that's like the second insane Death Blossom in 2 maps. Like, how often do we see Death Blossom value out of the Reapers?
Que dó.
It doesn't really happen, and now, you know, we're back in Malga, cage fight meta.
Yeah,
That's the perfect
exactly.
spot for it.
Mas não é obrigatório.
Better to use a Death Blossom. Rush through the center of the point. They've split up the team here. Colombia cannot get caught out. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now they have advantage as they walk down this hill. We see how quickly they want to go. Early Suzu, there's the stomp in the door. Both Malgas now looking at each other. Stomp beats better here. Predator only hits, no, he gets 5. So very, very close to only getting 2 there. It is Ludwig with a kill onto Kratos though, as Hydron tries to kind of even this fight up. Slides away, takes Super Gomez very low, but Colombia are going to be able to re-sustain during this fight, or re-heal up, I should say. Nice snipe onto Ludwig, a reset for Colombia now into mid.
Yeah, they almost get the better ultimate rotation there because they're sitting back and get a better.
Fizeram a seleção.
Was one when they
Rapaz,
got the sound barrier out. So that was the difference between losing a fight like that because of an AJ and coming out on top. So Brazil did their
complicado.
damage to try and get on top of the enemy Lucio, and now Colombia, they're going to be able to cap this point here. That is obviously going to be big boon in their
foi
favor
3-1.
here on Runasapi now, and they'll drop back, try to establish the positional advantage. Temp always looking for railgun shots.
Yeah, no ult. It's going to be a dry fight. Which basically means hopefully my Malga can stomp their Sojourn or one of their supports. We can blow them up. Nice off angle though from Hydron. This got chunked out so much just walking through the disruptor shot. There's going to be a trade onto Mocha, still a 4v4, but Hydron has the position, and now no one's looking at him, which is quite the opposite of what was happening before.
Nossa, tá.
Colombia going to buy their time here, regroup as a team. This is still a pretty tough angle for Brazil to push through. You kind of needed a rush there, and the cage as well to create an angle.
Uh-oh, Lich's Death Blossom again. He's trapped in the cage, and he lets it rip once again. Ends up getting Suzu too to stay alive. Enough damage to result in a team fight win there for Colombia. Only Mocha survives as the
Cara?
is reset in the mid. This is the most back and forth Runasapi I've ever seen.
They're just trading fights back and forth.
It's one fight to one fight to one fight. It is insane. There's no back-to-back fight wins here. Not in my Overwatch.
Unless?
Oh, unless? Okay,
Colombia doing something
unless.
unprecedented, winning 2 fights in a row.
There's no way. Well, they've already killed
O
two.
Mocha já foi.
That's checkpoint
Ele é
done,
sempre o
and they're
primeiro,
moving
cara.
on way past it.
Yeah, and it has to be said, like those fights when you win with the cage fight and the blossom.
Não parece as ranqueadas que a gente joga, amor?
Sends now.
A gente não consegue avançar.
Bodies. Whoa, that was close.
No.
But unfortunately, Istalka tried to end up stalling the pot there, so it didn't end up getting away from them. But no, just gets sniped. There's just too much damage from Temp and Lich, who were just basically on top of him the whole time. Sound barrier.
Nice.
Hydron has no place in this world right now, unfortunately. A good beat, honestly, from Colombia as well, Johnny. I think beating here and just gaining that extra momentum is just so good. You don't look for a better beat. Win the fight consistently. And what's that? Now 3 fights, 1 in a row?
I mean, they're getting out of control here. They're pushing the spawn doors. This is,
É, os dois estão lagados. Tá os dois com 160.
maybe I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit.
No, but seriously.
A Colômbia com um pouquinho menos, né? Porque eles estão mais pra cima.
They have a cage as well. They are potentially 1 fight away from locking them into Busan. So 130 meters to 34. Avril Theory coming up in just a moment as well. There's a beat from Mocha to be a little bit of a spoiler.
This is a everybody shoot the Lucio moment. Try to force the AJ.
Yeah. That's what I
Cara.
hopefully prevent here with a nice little flank, trying to win the fight just with
Nossa, eles quase entregaram a carga, né? Agora que eu vi.
Oh,
for another time. Cage ends up coming out. Loquid just shooting Super Gomez in the back of the head, but it's Lich that comes out. Lich just in the neutral, just shooting at the back line. That's a triple kill for the Reaper. And Colombia are marching on forward. A team kill with 3 minutes to go and ults to spare.
I mean, this is like a Hisang level performance on the Reaper by Lich. The amount of impact having on this hero in
Ah, o
this
Brasil
matchup,
todo tá desacreditado
really
nesse
fine
momento.
opponents coming up here for this upcoming fight, but Colombia has been in complete control so far in Runasapi.
Avril Theory over 100 meters already achieved without
Oh,
the
oh.
checkpoint means Colombia. They have a very
Ah, ele errou o
hard
teleporte.
now. Lich though, well,
Okay,
can't really
okay.
contend with that one unfortunately. It's Ludwig's time.
Ele errou o teleporte.
Triple kill.
Senão ia dar bom, tá?
And, well, that's a team kill, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds with over 100 meters.
Assim, a gente pode pensar pelo lado positivo.
Like, the only thing you can do is like spread out.
Até
so
agora,
caged.
a gente marcou um ponto
They really
em
did
todas
it
as
here.
partidas.
Maybe with the cardiac overdrive, the healing is enough to
Não tomamos de 0 em nenhuma, não foi perfect.
go again. They're back very quickly here.
Super Gomez.
Podia ter sido pior. Podia ter sido 9. menos. Exato. A gente podia ter ficado igual a Índia, por exemplo. Menos 9 na tabela.
Yeah, it might have actually been 3 people there with the sound barrier, and I actually don't
Importante é
Yes, it was a
participar.
fight that Colombia was very favored to win, but now you push the bot back to Brazil's side of the map, just making ever so more difficult for Brazil here to try to get some momentum on this one. So you can secure the team.
Wow, they are in. They want to try and turn the tides and flip the table here. Colombia were trying to play up this whole time, and Super Gomez was the only one on the point. Gets isolated. And Brazil now have to be perfect. There's only a minute to go, and Tem taken dangerously low. Slides out of danger yet again, and somehow still surviving. But someone at the back of the card does send them both DPS to the ground as Hydron picks up the kill onto Tem. Brazil still have a cage in their back pocket here. But they have to be so conservative with their
É agora, hein?
Use them willy-nilly at this
É agora, a gente vai até o fim agora, hein?
It's actually really good that Dalska holds on to this cage fight here as well, so now maybe you can use it to your advantage as you look to win a few team fights in a row here. You are coming up on that sound barrier as well, so a lot of tools for disposal here of Brazil, but like you say, you want to stagger these ultimate out. You want to layer
Brasil virar agora, a gente é campeão da Copa do Mundo, hein?
get some meterage extra.
Wow, Mocha was sent to 1 HP. There's the cage. Dalka focusing down. However, there's going to be a return cage. Good beat from Mocha. Massive for Brazil. A heavy investment, sure, but an investment that you
Tá vindo, tá vindo.
20 seconds to go. Bot briefly stolen. Brazil have lost Ludwig, but they're still winning the fight. Ideally, you use no one else here, and it doesn't look like Dalka's going to let that happen.
Ai, você viu o 360 que esse cara deu de malga?
Yeah, that's actually perfect execution.
Parabéns, Dalka.
Based on what we just said about the
Alright.
ultimates being pivotal. And now, this is a massive moment.
Quase uma magia do Harry
To be able to
Potter.
step up here with this overclock, looking for an off angle here, put himself in a position to carry his team fight. Cross this checkpoint first, and hopefully the map later.
You have to overcome the apple theory, bro, and I don't think that's possible, I'm going to be honest. It's just so tough here for Brazil. They have to not layer these ults, right? The wise words of Cruz, do not overlay the support ult.
Ó o Reaper Costa matando todo mundo, hein? Ó o Reaper Costa matando todo mundo, hein? Fique vendo. Teleporte.
Grace doesn't even the speed. Just gonna open this one up with
Is
Tem.
the
Okay,
end
Sojourn
now.
versus Sojourn, I told you this is gonna come
Boa!
down. Shot is Hydron that gets
É o time da virada.
knocks him out of the window.
Virada não, porque tá 1 a 1, né?
Disadvantage too from low to high. Nails the shot.
Nails the shot, and Brazil pushes forward. You're in a good position here to make a decisive push with this Kitsune rush. Have to be aware of Cardoson.
Virada no mapa, verdade. Verdade.
Taking snipe Cardoson,
Vou
taking
me corrigir, me corrigir. Eu errei
a worse
acertando.
sound barrier here. Oh, it hits 5. They're going early. They want to guarantee this right here, right now.
Die,
Got
die.
the on top of the point. A lot of that damage getting mitigated thanks to that Suzu though, but it is all lit on it. He does end up going for a TP there, trying to get closer to Hydron, but Hydron slides away. And that was a 2v2 on the point. And Super Gomez just too much health to chew through as Colombia control the bot. And they get the second map and book their ticket to Busan.
2 a 1. Não, pô. É porque é o time da virada, tá ligado?
Their tickets to Busan.
Tá 2 a 1.
Job by Colombia.
Agora a gente vai fazer 3-2. Sacou? Eu acho que vocês estão sendo muito pessimistas. E lá vamos nós pro nosso melhor mapa.
For Brazil players, it is absurd.
Oh my god. I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm not going to. Let's get back to circuit reality. I can go on and on.
There's a little bit of lag there from Brazil, so we did have to end up jumping into a brief pause, but we're back, we're all good. Bit of May action here with the Soj. Okay, so just Ram, May, Sojourn. Not quite like the Malcolm, thankfully. May's just trying to ward off the enemy Ram.
Se forçar... Não, vocês estão de brincadeira. Isso é maluquice.
That's a really good opening phase.
Se forçar, vocês estão muito malucos,
Trading
pô.
with the neutral here. Obviously having this May can help you get some better sidelines here for the defense. The big difference is going to be the choice of main support. Colombia, they're kind of telegraphed now that they really want Cardoson to play this Lucio throughout, regardless of what composition it is. Meanwhile, Brazil, they put Mocha over onto this Juno, who can be such a potent character as you swing around. Gets so much healing done with the torpedoes there as well. But once again, it somewhat comes down to the Sojourn players here to try and find an opening for the respective teams.
Yeah, I don't mind having like 2 high impact, like damaging or damage amp ults from Brazil. You lose a lot without a speed. Like, you have the speed ring, of course, but like the inherent speed that Lucio gives, you lose a little bit there. Double wall. That was a nice counter wall, actually.
No intervalo eu vou mostrar pra vocês.
And there's the rush. the May is doing May things. Ooh, nice shot onto Hydron. Mid slide.
Oh, the Blizzard use as well.
You're blizzarding?
That's quite, yeah. That's a big commit.
Ambitious from Ludwig.
Não, porque esse da Fábio Castel, minha filha tem. Ele não é assim. Ele é de ladinho, assim, de quina. Gente, o do Brasil claramente é um lápis, pô. Pelo amor de Deus. Já tem ult.
Just a random opening pick on the enemy Soj. Now you've pretty much got no damage, right? I mean, realistically, Tem's going to be back for this fight on the cap. There's a whole lot of ults here. I mean, Lich's Blizzard could go ginormous. Looks like he's going to just throw it close to backline. Hydron and Temp ends up using that overclock, but here comes the sound barrier. This overwhelming amount of health as well. This overhealth coming in for Colombia has already disappeared thanks to Dalka's ultimate. So Annihilation just running forward, and that overhealth lasts like maybe half a second, it feels like. A nice kill onto Lich, and just following that up with a kill onto Kiriko would be perfect. Dalka, pure control over that fight as Brazil cap.
Yeah, and that sound barrier maybe a little bit too early once again. I feel like Colombia really weren't able to capitalize on that overhealth because, I mean, you know that the orbital ray will come out. You know that the Kitsune Rush will come out. And so it's really on you to, if you're gonna use that.
Vamos falar que isso aqui não é um lápis?
Which you probably should do.
Como que o pior... Gente, é claramente um lápis.
Over the rest of the battlefield. Bazinella down, and Brazil should be not long for this world. Yeah, there it is.
Minha filha tem um lápis desse tamanhinho aí, ó. Eu vou mostrar pra vocês.
Colombia even staggering Hydron as well. Oh my
Esqueci até de ver o jogo.
That's enough. That's enough.
pain.
É, vocês não são criativos, pô.
I'm like, they're totally going to kill my Lucio, and you know, Hydron did hit a shot onto Kratos on there. Well, this gives Colombia an opportunity here to utilize this high ground to the best of their ability. Temp is going to have a field day now with this additional high ground, so maybe Hydron here can hit like a good railgun shot to try to push Colombia back. Already some good damage onto Super Gomez, going to force Ramatra back.
High to low, Hydron trying
É o
to
lápis do
do it again,
Minecraft.
but the Blizzard, it's just too strong. You get a good wall, you get a good Blizzard. Even just a good wall some of the time is enough to kill the Ram. Nice kill, a nice fight for Brazil. 1 minute and 40 seconds still in the time bank as Colombia now have to regroup.
Yeah, I still feel like there was a little bit lacking there in the neutral because Super Gomez took so much pressure to begin with, and it's a nice shot from Hydron, like I called out. That's enough to push Colombia back here. Brazil, they're looking to cap the pillar here, like, maybe you can go through Colombia here, but it's a good Maywall too. Oh, the sound barrier.
It's big. They got to run into this Nemesis form though. The Blizzard creates a whole lot of space, but not the space that they ideally like. Can imagine freezing Dalka would have been better. Annihilation, both have been popped already. Now the Rams can just continually look at each other. But not after a wall gets placed right behind Super Gomez's back. It's a good shot from Temp, but I think the rest of the fight is pretty much done and dusted. As yet another kill comes through for the Sojourn, but unfortunately not the kill on to the Ram. Having a Ram survive that long,
Meio paradinha tirando.
makes it pretty invincible. 2 minutes now for Brazil.
And you have to give credit to Brazil there, the way they're disengaging and staying away from Colombia during their power spike because of that sound barrier. I feel like Brazil, they then do a good job of flipping momentum after Colombia's used their ultimates already, and Brazil now steaming onto the third point here, already contesting the outside. Decent Maywall here, but
Puro
not able
Minecraft.
to get any picks here. Unless Ludwig
Oh, nice.
extends his
Yeah.
stay.
That was a nice Ramnus Vortex, honestly.
Yeah, fair play.
It's so funny when times go crazy. The Mauga when he gets hit with like a massive railgun and dies and then just spin, or like the Hog when he just like spins.
Alright. Look, I
The
get
ragdolls-
it.
It's peak. The ragdolls in this game are peak. Alright, well there's the overclock here for Hydron on the high ground, but man, Temp is always quicker on the trigger here with this opening kill. Like when he does end up getting traded. Another one for Temp. Hydron gotta pick up the pace. Looks like Super Gomez is gonna find yet another. Hydron's
É, até que a gente foi mais longe dessa vez, né?
not having the same effect as
A
just
gente
Temp.
entrou no...
This is actually a really entertaining back and forth.
Vocês repararam que na primeira vez a gente ficou lá embaixo, antes do primeiro ponto. Na segunda vez a gente ficou antes do primeiro ponto. Na segunda vez antes do segundo. E agora a gente tá antes do último ponto. A gente foi evoluindo.
Time is running out here, Jaws.
Temp's got his own overclock now. Double slide. Mocker already took a body shot. Blizzard on the point. Colombia investing a whole lot of ults into this fight for this defense. They're going to have to face Ludwig's own Blizzard here. But Brazil don't really want to use it. Like, ideally, you're using this for one of the final fights, final pushes, but you're going to have to at some point.
Caraca.
Needs must. Well, Ludwig just dies with it, Johnny, actually. There's the raid.
This is
2
overtime now.
seconds to go. Beat, Credit Sun. Ludwig dying this final hurdle here. It's not going to be a good sign here for Brazil. Ludwig's coming back in a couple of moments, but Super Gomez could turn this one around with an annihilation straight off the Nemesis form. Ludwig, you just got to yeet it, my guy. You just got to yeet the Blizzard. It's going to happen just straight onto the point. There it is.
There it is.
Straight onto the point. Ends up hitting Lynch. He blocks straight on top of it, but unfortunately Ludwig a little bit too late.
Tá vendo? Fomos bem mais longe. Eu acho que se tivesse mais uma partida em mapa de escolta, a gente conseguia entregar. Ah, não acho que a gente foi mal. É só não deixar eles subirem.
But in overtime to
Yeah, I mean that's wow. You're pretty good at that. Did you do the sound for that? Sound effect for that?
yeah.
That's
Yes. Yeah. Voiceover right there.
Put that on the Wikipedia page. All right, Tem, what you got for us? Surely a large railgun shot coming up. Everybody very scared of Tem at this point, and you should be.
It's a dull use though, so Brazil forced to retreat here a little bit.
Esses são os melhores que nós temos. E um nem tá no Brasil.
Colombia is taking a whole heap of damage. Good retreat here from Brazil. They didn't really take too much like upfront poke there at the very beginning. It was Colombia who tried to swing, and the AoE healing as well from the Mizuki, and then throwing the hack. It is a little absurd, and you've compared that to like Lucio Aura. Sure, if you amp it up, it's a lot of healing, but the passive healing from Mizuki is so good, and you can see how much damage Mocha's done too. 82% ult already.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point in that.
Dê sua visão,
Just
Marvete.
like the Mizuki has the utility advantage, can help your team in so many ways, right? Meanwhile, Lucio kind of struggling here. Want to build that sound. That's kind of forward. Overclock here from Tem.
Oh, Lich. No block. Oh, no problem. Kill for Tempho. Good slide up, kills Hydron, and now he's on an off angle, but he has he is alone and isolated himself to try and fight even more for the team. There's Colombia once again on the back foot.
Olha aí o Mizuki.
Yeah, so Brazil coming alive here on the defense.
Boa.
Good job disengaging and re-engaging after Hydron is able to find a couple of these picks. And I mean, look, they haven't really used any ultimates here either, so they're going to have 5 at their disposal. Kind of pick and choose which ones they want to drop pressure. Meanwhile, on Colombia here, try and get something going.
All right, Hydra has got this overclock. There's the Sanctuary. A Blizzard is going to connect with it. 2 annihilations in a Blizzard as well. I mean, Colombia, they better be winning this fight. It doesn't look like it though, especially without the May. There's no control left really on the battlefield as Hydra gets slid on. Blizzard from Ludwig. Rather late for Brazil as they've already lost 2 players.
Vocês são muito ingratos. Eles estão fazendo pro nosso bem, né?
It's a 2v2 with the payload still pushing. Oh, Ludwig! The final shot, killing Kratos, stopping them push the payload.
I mean, that is nasty. I don't know if Cardistone would have been able to push it in regardless, so I don't think that is decisive, but a crazy moment nonetheless, and that's how close Colombia gets after using it pretty much the entire ultimate bank with a minute to go. Mocha's on the Ilari here.
Oh, you're gonna instantly die. Yeah, used out, but way too late. But it was in the Ravager's Vortex, so you wouldn't have gone far at all. All right, Colombia, now's your chance to kind of spring into action and show Brazil what you got. There's only 40 seconds to go, but that might be what they need. I mean, you've already forced the block, you've already forced the Nemesis form as well, and you have the overclock. Hydron's dead. Yeah, this fight is done. Wrap it up with a nice little bow.
Alright, so Colombia gets an opportunity here on second point to finish off this series. You can make it through this area relatively quickly and get
Quais, Marvete?
there heading on to the third
Vamos ver se são os mesmos que eu acho que é.
You don't want to be struggling as much as you did that very first point. So this first ultimate wave here for Colombia
Pode,
is critical. They're going to have the sound barrier.
Você é fã do jogo, você tá assistindo, você pode dar sua opinião aí.
It is critical that they get the ultimate back.
But look at this annihilation from Dalka. Just trying to run it down here, but now has to be a little bit more careful. Both rushes, Annihilation, trading with the Annihilation. Away from Super Gomez, the pop is. I'm waiting for it. Credison's going to be the first to die. There it is. Eventually, it's going to get it going. Is Dalka just kind of forcing Colombia to use ults? Credison went down so early. There's so much more healing on Brazil's side, Johnny, compared to Colombia's with this Lucio versus the Juno Kiri.
Eu não lembro da seleção quando eles selecionaram os jogadores.
And like you say, like just having that presence onto the payload as well with the Blizzard, it's just overwhelming for Colombia.
Eu não sei, eu acho o posicionamento do Mocha meio estranho. Quase sempre ele toma o pique primeiro que todo mundo.
Yeah, 10 pens are going down. The Blizzard gets thrown out as well by Lich, so it's going bad for worse for Colombia. I mean, these like ults and then kills are happening just so close to each other. It's hard to really say that Blizzard was bad. They were in a decent spot. They're going to use this sound barrier to try and get out, and Super Gomez still dies.
Yeah, these decisive sound barrier pushes just hasn't been it for Colombia so far. And they're not getting the value out of this Lucio, which is the worst pick.
Entendi.
Different main supports you can play here, but they're trying
Tipo, o Ludwig e o Dalka jogam junto há muito tempo, né?
Lich is going to swap over to the Symmetra here. Try to get some positional advantage here against this defense favor.
And maybe the Sim Beam is what they need. Just ramp it up on Dalka and Dalka's shield and then just burn him. Alright, Halo's still going. They've still got time. But this point in the map, especially if you're stalled here, it can be so tough to crack this one open. Wow, the attempt just gets completely owned by the wall. And then takes a railgun shot from Hydron, so has to dip.
Coming up on this Kitsune rush, which once you place into the cart, could be overwhelming here for Colombia. With 17 seconds to go, I'll try to build this Annihilation if they can.
Yeah, double rush. I mean, that's what they were waiting for. Just waiting for them to kind of turn the corner first. We'll see with
Nossa, o Dalka foi deletado.
kind of sink this one in. Looks like with Dalka down, it is going to be a Colombia fight win. Oh, you're...
Nossa.
I do not know about some of these ults. That you did not need that annihilation.
Não precisava disso, cara.
A better annihilation here.
Yeah, no, you're
Não
totally
precisava
right.
disso.
As they're going to get, they're going to get some of this time bank back here, a minute 30, which they don't have to push too far. I don't even think they have to go around.
Já tava entregue a carga. Vocês acham que o Hydron deveria estar jogando na seleção brasileira? Comentem. Fiquei deveras curioso. Na opinião de vocês.
You will have one really good fight here with this Symmetra wall and the sound barrier coming up. Colombia has the opportunity here to close out the series.
Yeah, essentially one fight at this point. Yeah, this wall could just delete the team. Oh, the Ray Temp's already dead though. They're going to be able to charge up this beam behind this wall here from Lich, so he's going to do a lot of damage to the front line. Sound barrier comes out, does end up hitting 4. Freezing the front line though. Super Gomez is just isolated and alone, but armor and Nemesis form. He's going to be good for another, as Crayon ends up going down eventually. But Lich is still alive. It's going to be the main damage dealer for Colombia right now. 2v2. As again, Lich comes out on top. Whether it's the Reaper or it's the Sim, it does not matter. Lich for Colombia, it's just going to win the team fight. A nice team kill and a nice map win. Circuit Royale is theirs, a 3-1, and like I mentioned before, a ticket to the land in Busan, going along with Canada.
3 jogos, 3-1. Adeus, Brasil, da Copa do Mundo de Overwatch.